Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, and if you guys remember, not too very long ago, I presented a pizza, a low-carb pizza from the Real Good Pizza Company, and it scored like an overall rating of 7. Decent concept, good taste. It covered the pizza basis. The only thing that I really zinged it on was the price. $6 for a personal sized pizza. And I've seen some personal sized pizza that were around that price range, but there was more to them. You know, like thicker crust, a little more in the toppings. But the big seller for it was the fact that it was a low carb deal. The crust was made out of chicken breast and Parmesan cheese. So that's probably what jacked up the cost quite a bit. And after I did that video, I thought about it for a while. I said, basically, the big sell was that the crust was low carb. Now, I've seen recipes for low carb crust, but, you know, there's time, there's, ingredients, there's all sorts of little factors that kind of keep you from making your own crust. Keep me from making it anyway. But I will make one. So I started thinking, what could I use in place of the chicken breast? There are low carb options out there. And like a light went off in my head. Bing! It's like, hello! These bad boys right here. Low carb pita. Joseph's Heart Friendly Pita Bread. Oat bran and stone ground whole wheat. These have 10 grams of carbs each with 4 grams of fiber, which gives you 6 grams of net carbs. The pizza that I had was 4 grams of net carbs per serving. So for the whole pizza, it was 8. This is going to be 6 just for the pita bread alone. Now factor in the ingredients, okay? You've got pizza sauce that comes in at about 4 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoons, and right there you've just hit the 10 gram mark. You can either go light on it or what have you. Use 1 spoonful instead of 2. Cut where you can, but I don't know if 1 spoonful will be enough to cover one of these, so I'll have to find out. The cheese I got is 1 gram of carbs per quarter cup or half cup. I don't think I'm going to be using quite that much. The pepperonis are 0 grams of carbs. And I've got Italian sausage that's 3 grams of carbs, but I mean, like almost like quarter cup, maybe half a cup of sausage comes to 3 grams, so I'm not going to be using that much either. So I'd say all told, you're looking at about a ballpark of 12, maybe 13 grams total. These cost me, I think it's like $3, close to $3. The sausage cost me another 3, like $3.50. The pepperonis are about $3, maybe $3.50. So what do you got? $7, $10. The cheese was like $2.50. It's $12.50. The pizza sauce was $1.50. $14. Now it's like, well, shoot, man, you might as well spend the 6. Difference is I get how many in here? I think these come with 5. So for that cost, if I got 5 of those pizzas, I'd be spending what, $30? I get 5 pizzas for $13. So who's laughing now? Let's see how this turns out. First, let's see how it turns out before we go gloating about what a great thing we did and all this other stuff. So I'll be right back, guys, and we'll see how we do. Okay, and I'm back. Took a little prep time. The cooking time, I put it in for 11 minutes because I wanted the edges to be nice and crispy, and I think it worked for the most part. The only thing I forgot to do was add Italian seasoning. Now, I could have brushed the pita with olive oil, which is recommended, I hear, but I didn't do that, and then I didn't put the Italian seasoning. But what I got on here is a 2-cheese pizza blend, which is mozzarella and I believe Colby or cheddar, I'm not sure. Pepperoni and Italian sausage. Right? Mmm. Oh, man. Oh, that's good. But Derek, I thought you said the crust was crispy. Crispy enough? Mm-hmm. Mm. Not as low carb as the other pizza was, but low enough. I think a single slice of regular pizza can run upwards of about 17 to about 24 grams of carbs per slice. I'm getting about 12 or 13 for the whole thing. Pretty darn tasty. If they would come out with a low carb pizza sauce, probably make this a little better. But I'd get regular pizza sauce, and the pizza sauce I got was a Walmart brand, Great Value, and that was the lowest carb one. All the rest of them were like 6 and 8. I mean, it got ridiculous. That was the lowest one. It was 4 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoons. The beautiful thing about pizza, though, is that the toppings are only limited by your imagination. Maybe you don't use pizza sauce. Maybe you use Alfredo sauce or hamburger meat. You make a cheeseburger pizza. Or a veggie pizza. I had some green pepper in the refrigerator, but I didn't feel like cutting it up. Mushrooms would have been great on this. Last piece, everybody. Man. Super tasty. There you have it. The sausage, of course, needed to be cooked. I pulled off chunks of it, threw it in the pan. I didn't roll them up into balls or anything. I also fried up the pepperonis because I didn't want all the grease from the pepperoni to get into the pizza, making it soggy. This way I fry it and I soak it, blot it with a paper towel and get all the extra grease out of there. So any moisture that was in there was strictly from the sauce and whatever little remnants of grease was left in the meat. But overall, Can't complain. Very tasty, very satisfying. I remember when I was a kid, must have been about 3 or 4, my grandmother was babysitting me, and I was hungry. I was an ornery little sucker when I was hungry, whining and I'm hungry. Not much has changed. We looked in the refrigerator. My mom hadn't gone shopping yet, so we were down to like really nothing. There was a hot dog in the package, one hot dog. There was a piece of cheddar cheese. You know, when the cheese is in the wrappers that don't close all the way, they just have to you loosely wrap it, it turns kind of hard. That was disgusting. A half a can of tomato sauce that my grandmother used half the can, and back then she didn't really put it in other containers. I know you're not supposed to leave it in the metal, but it was there that day, so it wasn't going to do too much damage. And for some reason, there was a half a can of biscuits. And I looked and I was so discouraged. I was like, there's nothing to eat. And my grandma said, okay, go to the other room, watch some TV, watch TV. We're gonna watch TV. 10 minutes later, she calls me in the kitchen, bam, pizza. Rolled out the biscuits into these little flat deals, a little bit of the tomato sauce, shredded up that hard cheese that melted in the oven, and hot dog pieces. Ghetto pizza. That's what I call it to this day. And it was pretty damn satisfying. Thank you, Grandma. So, there you have it, guys. Little ingenuity, little thinking. Stay on that low carb lifestyle, but, you know, allow yourself some leeway so that you can work in some distractions here and there, and your diet doesn't become boring. I think that's the number one killer of most diets. It's like the same thing over and over. You gotta find something that just like puts a little pizzazz in that meal, you know. And that definitely did it. And the price was right. Like I said, if I could make five of those pizzas with the pita bread, with the amount of ingredients I got, I can make 5 pizzas easy. If I bought 5 of those other low carb pizzas, that was $30. This all cost me about $13.50, $14 at the most. So, you know, divide that by 5, about $2.80 maybe per pizza. Not bad. So, hope you enjoyed that, guys. I know I did. Take care, guys. Happy eating, and I'll see you all real soon.